Why does it why does it say live and I'm not live? I'm just trying to figure that out. um, so I'll put up the recording. I'll put up the recording, man. If y'all didn't see the early part of that. But yeah, I just went on a tangent for, I don't know. It was a grip. I'm 15 minutes in, so I'll post this at the full video, so you'll be able to see hopefully the 15 minutes prior. But anyway, what I was going into, man, that is crazy, dude. What I was going into, y'all, is faith, and I was just totally going in on the layers, the masks. Let's piggyback off of where I just left off, right? As far as everybody got a mask on, every single person. People can say they ain't got a mask on, they got a mask on, right? I got a mask on. You know what I mean? Because there are particular instances, like I was just about to say, my guy yesterday, he said he spoke up on something. He was like, "Yo, I told you this thing and it wasn't true. I was trying to see if you was gonna speak up on it." Basically, that was the gist of it. He didn't say that exactly, but he was like, "I was trying to see if you was gonna speak up on it." And normally I don't. That's out of my wheelhouse. I just, if you want to say something silly, you can say something silly, and I'm just gonna look at you and I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I'm gonna just take the information and I'm gonna either utilize it because it was great to provide as a metaphor, or I'm going to totally dismiss it. And I totally dismissed it. That's what I did. I just totally dismissed it. I didn't respond or say anything. I didn't do any research. I didn't do any of that stuff. Right. And what's interesting, my bad, Jenna. What's interesting is that what I feel God was telling me though in that time frame is that I must speak up on certain things. Like if there's information being presented to me that's not true, or that's questionable, I need to challenge it. I need to speak up on it, right? Because for him to come around and be like, "Hey, I got to tell you that that wasn't true." It didn't make a difference to me, to be honest with you. I didn't even think twice about it. I just was like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then I totally dismissed the information because I was like, doesn't sound right." But hey, you here talking, so I'm listening, and I'm just gathering information. I'm just trying to see what's up, right? um but for that to be represented to me like, "Hey, this is what it was, and I was trying to see if you believe me or not," because I didn't say anything, gave the idea that I was in belief of that, right? Even though I was just like, I don't know, I was just listening. As I observe people when I first meet them, I just literally just sit there and listen to what they say, and then I just pay attention to them. I just pay totally attention to them. If something interests me, I might research it, I might look it up, but in most cases, if you saying something and you acting like you believe it, I'm just gonna look at you and just take the information in. As far as information goes, whenever I'm talking to somebody or whenever I'm in a situation, I just look at it. I don't judge it at all. Or I don't. I try not to judge it. I do my best not to judge it. Right. I just look at the information. I'm just like, okay, here's some information here. Um, because it's in a lot of cases, to me, it doesn't matter if it's fictional. I've told y'all about that. There are certain fictional cartoons that I utilize the trials and tribulations that the character went through, and I apply that to my life. So for me, it doesn't matter if a person is giving me truthful information or not, because that, to me, that's them. That you reap what you sow. If you want to sit here and lie all day, then some might, that's the energy that you'll probably get back. Um, but utilizing the information is what my main goal is finding out if it's beneficial or not. It's seeing if it can be converted to something positive or not, and that's my main goal. But yeah, the main idea that I was going over, y'all, the 15 minutes prior, I was was um does faith make things easier, right? Is faith supposed to make things easier? Something along those lines. Is faith supposed to make things easier? And it's like, mm-mm, In no way, in no examples, in no um in no story or anything like that does it show that faith makes things easier, right? But again, if you really think about that, sometimes that's our line of thinking. And I had to meditate on that information, that quote. um, Faith doesn't make things easier, faith makes things possible. Because I was like, wait a minute, have I been tricking myself into believing that faith is going to make my life easier? And that's again, it's really important because there's layers upon layers upon layers of everything. And I'll mention it one more time because it was on the previous time that I was speaking here to myself, because I must have needed a self conversation. But um, a tree, right? You got a tree. It's basic. We walk by it every day, surface level, right? Now let's compare that, a tree, and then we got faith, right? Okay. And so what you can do is you can dive all the way into that. Okay. Now a tree has a capability to help us to breathe, right? It cleans the air. It helps us, it helps to give us oxygen, right? Whole rabbit hole to go through, whole process to go through, right? A whole study you can go into. Then you got how the leaves change on the tree at particular time periods. Whole rabbit hole to go through, whole process to analyze. Okay. Then you got the roots of the tree and how the roots grab nutrients from the earth and how it gains water from the earth. Whole rabbit hole to go through. You see what I'm saying? So faith is a tree. Compare it to that. Compare faith to a tree. It's layers upon layers upon layers, just like you. And that's what I'm saying. When we go into these mindset topics, it's not going to be this just this surface level. Some of this stuff might just go totally over people's heads, and they might be like, "Well, Kev's talking about some deep stuff again. He's probably high." But it's like you got to really understand that it's a representation of you. Everything on this earth is a representation of you. That's what it is. That's what it's for. So if the tree is basic, seemingly basic, and it has all of these different facets and layers, so do you. So do you. And so that's how you got to dive into it. Oh, okay, man, have I really been thinking that because I have faith, that's going to make things easier? Yes, I believed it was going to make things possible, but did I really think it was going to make things easier though? And then really, really be honest with yourself. That's what a lot of people are not honest with themselves. They'll sit here and they'll talk about other people and what other people are doing and whatever the case may be, but they're not honest with themselves. And it's like, you got to be honest with yourself. And that's something that it's going to be a consistent, constant work, right? It's all a part of this, y'all. And that will help you to really be who you are, to really, really be who you are. You got to really just dive into yourself and dive into those type of thought processes and be like, no, was I really thinking that faith was going to make things easier? Yeah. Was I really think, okay, my faith in God is going to make this a smooth road? And then really think about it and be like, okay, hold on. Was I thinking that? This time that I got upset because this thing didn't work or this thing didn't happen, was it really at the source of it? Was it me thinking that it was supposed to be easy because I have faith in God? You see what I'm saying? Like that type of thinking, that's subatomic. That's way below the layers, way under regular thinking. Okay, that's why I call it that. That's the next book, man. That's the next book. It's called Subatomic Thinking because it's way below. I got Focused Thoughts, The Magnificent You, and I'm about to come out with Subatomic Thinking because you got to go deep. You got to go deep under, inside, really deep, right? To really figure out what is going on with you. What am I really doing? What am I really saying? Who am I really? Who am I? That's part of helping the world find its purpose. So the program, y'all, I got the program that's coming out next week, y'all. Next week, Monday, I'm launching it. All right. I'm not expecting a whole lot. I'm totally not expecting a whole lot, but I know the program is effective. I know for a fact it's effective. All right. Cause it's how I grew. It's how I think like this now. Okay, the meditation, all of the is taking you through all the elements, and all the elements correlate to something, just like what I was saying with the tree and with faith, right? It's like the tree. Okay, we drive past a bunch of trees all the time, but you never stop to go pull up on one and look at it and be like, dang, how does bark work? Right? What is that? How does bark grow in a tree? Super deep layers, layers, right? So you walk up on a tree now, and now you use the tree as a representation of, okay, this is faith. Wow. Okay. So then there's branches, there's leaves, there's a process, there's a cycle, a yearly cycle that it goes through. There's roots, right? Bunch of different stuff. Bunch of different stuff, layers. So then that's you. So now take faith. Okay, faith in me, faith in me. Okay, so I got a couple of masks on, right? Besides, because I'm that's I'm working hard to peel them off, because it's like you got to get to the point where you are not timid about anything that you personally do, right? Whether that's praying in public. That's been one of the most recent experiments for me, is literally being like, yo, not for like showcasing it all loud, but literally, yo, praying before I eat, praying before I drink this, and really embodying that, because it's like, what makes you resistant, what makes you want to be like, oh wait, don't, what is it, what is it really? Really think about that. Really think about that. Because it's like, if you believe and you have faith in something, what is causing you to have a small little bit of, it's a little bit of a mask on. It's a little bit of a mask on. So it's like, okay, boom, take that off. Yo, this is what I'm about to do. This is who I am. This is how I'm coming. I stand as one, I come as 1,000. Here I am. Here's how my process works. Here's what I do. Cause it's like, okay, cool. We can do it in our own selves. We can do it and be like, yo, God's watching me. I'm to my own self. But then when you get people that follow you, when you get people that are watching you, right? They're expecting to see that. And it's not for display purposes. It's literally just, yo, I want to see your honest expression. And the reason why people want to see your honest expression is because it's difficult to live 1,000 full honest expression. That is a practice. That is a practiced skill that you have to build by actively doing it. It's like with the money. I say money is not real. It's an active practice that I'm throwing out there. So when it's like, when I go get gas, I don't look at the price. I don't look at nothing. I just get it. I just get it and I keep moving, right? Because I'm not that idea. It's not real, dude. It comes, it goes. It is, when I need it, I have it. It's totally fine, right? That's the idea I'm drilling into here, to experiment with it, to see if it works, right? Because if this is the most powerful thing, and I created that idea of this, then I got it. It's always there. Then it's always there because it's right here, right? That's why it's like, no, that's not the focus. Here's the focus. The focus is, yo, let me. What is faith? What is faith? And is it really making things easier for me, or is it making me stronger? Is it making me faster? Is it making me more courageous? Is it helping me to guide and lead better? And really think about that. So then when I go out into these into the world, into the field, into the quantum field, I have to actualize into who I am. Who am I? Right? That is how you will find your purpose, is once you fully embrace who you are. And that's deep. And I get it. We want the answer quick. We want the answer quick, but it's layers, y'all. It's layers. You're not gonna go and study a tree and figure out how it does the oxygen and all of that and fully understand it in a day. It's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna understand the full process of the roots and what it does in a day. There's gonna be a plethora of information that you will be able to look at and be like, wow, okay, dang, I didn't know a tree did all of this. Because what? Because we see it grow, it sits there, it does nothing seemingly. while it's out there working. While it's out there working. And so you equate those things. You really try and figure out like, okay, because that's us, y'all. Again, it's us, man. It's a representation of us, y'all. So simple, seemingly, as people are like, yeah, people live and die every day. Yeah, it seems so simple, but it's incredibly complex. It's incredibly complex how you have intelligence, how you're able to think, how you're able to make things become because of your thought process. It's incredibly deep, y'all. This is not going to just be easy conversations. It's going to be deep, difficult conversations. And it surpasses matter. It surpasses all matter. Mind over matter. It surpasses all matter. Anything tangible, anything physical you can touch, even some things that are visible that you can see, whether it be the freaking digital numbers. This I can only imagine what people doing if they don't have this information, man. It's mind over matter, man. And once we can grab that and grasp that idea, things are gonna start changing. Things are gonna start changing. And yeah, there's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot going on underneath the surface. And it's for us to pay attention to that. So yeah, I don't want to go too deep. Man, sorry y'all missed the first 15 minutes, but it's all good. I'm gonna post this up, this full video, so you can watch the first 15 minutes once you see the full video. I don't know what happened. I went live, it said live, and then none of the pages were up. So that's my bad. But yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let me put my glasses on for some of these comments here. Let's see here. Faith doesn't make them easier, but it gives you more peace that all situations shall pass because God never fails. I like that. I like that. Yes, indeed. Faith is my life's companion. It always has my back. Yes, indeed. That's a dope title. Yeah, I actually got that. I forgot where I heard the quote, but I wrote it down because I do that. You know, I tell y'all when you get a good idea, capture it, man. Write it down immediately because that was something I was like, no, that's something great to talk about, man. Faith doesn't make things easy; it makes things possible. I was like, wow, that's a good one because it really made me dive deeper into what I'm having faith in, what I believe in. Am I slyly, am I on the side thinking that it's going to be easier and really assessing that, and what the conclusion I came to, I was like, oh, I kind of am. I I see now. I'm kind of expecting things to be a little easy because I got faith. Wow, what is that about? Why have I been thinking that? Why have I been thinking that? What's giving off that idea? And that's really meditating on that stuff. That's really thinking about it, y'all. Really contemplating what does this mean for me, right? And what is that? Why do I do that, right? Those are questions that you're gonna ask yourself. Um, But yeah, all right, Michelle, let's see here. In the Bible, faith is interchangeable with trust. You have to have faith in God and His Word to have trust in God and His Word. Faith does not make it easy, but it is one of the cornerstones to having peace. Ooh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh, the early morning money man. Right. No vacation for trees and plants. No vacation, man. No vacation. But yeah, um again, what I'm going to help you in the program, guys, and whoever decides to go through it, I might actually, I might, I don't know, I'm really contemplating what's going on because again, I'm launching the program, the Elements of Life. I'm launching this next week, and it's some fact finding questions. I'm gonna ask you some of the questions. I'm about to ask you some of the questions right on here. I'm gonna see if you what you got right now. I'm gonna ask you some of these questions right now because it's some deep ones. It's some deep questions, man. I'm not okay. So and these are topics I can probably go over too, but I got, oh yeah, the trust, since we on that, right? Since Michelle just, thank you for chiming in on that. Um so if y'all can comment, right? Comment, what is trust to you and how do you define it, right? Now Michelle's already posted some stuff here, but yeah, what is trust to you and how do you define it? Go ahead and type in something in the comments. That's one of the questions that I have for the homework that you got. What is trust to you and how do you define it? And then after that, okay, but just answer that. I don't want you to get too crazy. Um, After that, I'm gonna ask you the question once I see some of y'all answer the questions. But that's a deep one, so you might not answer it right away. What is trust to you and how do you define it? If you could define it yourself, how would you define it? What would you say? What would you say? Oh, well, trust to me means, like, personally to you, no outside definitions or anything, like your own interpretation. How would you define it? That's a deep one. That's gonna make you really go inside yourself and be like, oh, okay, what am I? What's cracking? What's really cracking with me right now? What do I believe? What is trust to me and how would I define it? Trust to me, trust to me is a a connection. It's like a bond that you create with something or someone if you trust it. This is my own personal definition, right? This is how I would answer it. It's a bonded connection that you create because you're giving yourself, you're giving something of yourself to this other thing or this person. You're giving them a little bit of your security, right? You're giving them a little bit of your being, and that can really make you feel some type of way, right? Why is this in the way? I can't see your comment. Let me see. uh an intuitive feeling that people slash family have my back. Okay, that's a good one. I like that. I like that. um this, I don't think you got, well, I'm not sure because I can't see in the program, but um this is part of the air. This is part of air when it's after you get through, because this is after you get through like a month of my program, or of the Mindset Matters learning program. um then it asks you this. This is a deep one, right? What is it? And so, okay, so it's an intuitive feeling that people have, or that people slash family have my back, right? And so, why do you or why don't you trust? Why do you or why don't you trust in particular instances? And you think like, huh, why do I or why don't I trust in particular instances or situations? Hmm, interesting. Well, you would say what? I would think, okay, sometimes I don't give out trust because what, I don't want to be taken advantage of, right? Because I've been through certain situations. I don't want to be taken advantage of in a negative sense, to where they're utilizing me for a negative purpose or something like that, or utilizing me or my services to be damaging to themselves or to others or to me, right? So that might make me apprehensive to trust, right? Based off of past occurrences, past situations that maybe me and this thing or me and this other person has been into, that makes me lower my trust, right? And so that, though, these are questions that you just need to ask yourself, y'all. This is part of the program. Why do I or why don't I trust, right? And then you identify that with yourself. You really think like, well, why don't I? Why do I? And once you get those answers, it's the Mr. Miyagi. I'm telling you, man, this stuff is so wild, because you gonna get these answers, and then you're gonna realize though that you never ask yourself these questions. You've never asked yourself these questions before. And it's like, but now you got this platform that's going to make you, it's going to force you to think these things, to put this stuff down on paper, right? And so, okay, so then once we get past that, then you go into, which is really going to take you a long time. Or it might not take you a long time. So right after I ask you that question, I ask you, why do you believe that? See, you got to go deep. Why do you believe that then? Why do you believe that you don't trust? Because you, why do you believe? So like, let me answer it for myself, right? Kev, why do you believe that you don't trust? Because based off of past experiences or past occurrences that you got into, so you kind of hold your trust back. Why do you believe that? Why do I believe that? Yeah, why do you believe that? Because that's the way you're actualizing in life. That's the way that you're deciding to honestly express yourself in life. So why do you believe that? Why do you believe it? Why do you believe that that's the way you want to trust or not trust? This is I don't even know if people gonna be able to get through this, man. Because this is hard for me. I can't wait. Next week I'm gonna start. I'm gonna kick it off, man. I might just throw it out there and just be like, let's just do it, y'all. Right? Obviously, I'm looking to sustain my family and things like that. But I'm telling you, man, this right here, that's three questions I just asked you, man. First, I'm gonna get you ready with the meditation, though. First, I'm gonna get you ready with the meditation techniques. Because you're going to have to be able to get to these answers, you're going to have to be able to sit down. You're going to have to be able to sit down and really just think and really write this stuff out. Think to yourself and be like, man, what is going on? Why do I believe that? Like, what kind of question is that? This might make you upset. This might make a couple people pissed. Like, what is he talking about? What are you talking about? Why do I believe that? What does that mean? Yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen too. Because it's if it pisses you off, if it makes you mad, that means I'm really getting deep inside you. Because that's what's gonna happen. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I was getting upset because I'm like, why don't I? What is this? Why don't I understand? Why am I upset though? But why am I upset though? Huh? Then after that, I give you a trust activity, right? I tell you to go test out your trust. Then go exercise some trust, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Next week, y'all. Next week, Monday, I'm gonna put the announcement out there. Um, it's 2.5 months. Okay, it's 2.5 months, man. Totally life changing, completely life changing, y'all. I'm telling you, you go through this and you gonna figure out a great measure of who you are. You're gonna feel completely different coming out of this program. I'm not even. It's not to sell it. It's literally what happened to me. It's literally what happened to me. Like 1,000. That's what happened. That's why I be. Y'all probably do be thinking it's just because I be getting hot that I be coming with these topics, but no, it's because the questions, the questions that I was asking to really try and figure out this experience, this life experience that I'm going through, this existence that I'm going through. It got deep, especially when I really meditated, when I was sitting in stillness and silence and darkness, just me. I was in the freaking matrix, dude. I was deep in the matrix. In here, I was jacked in. Let's go, Kev. Let's figure this out. What are you trying to do here? Where are you trying to go? Why are you trying to help people? For what? Right? What are you doing what you're doing for? Why are you going to work? What's the point? Right? What's the point, really? Think about that. right? Oh, well, I gotta take care of my kids. You really don't. There's people out there that just jump ship. They don't take care of the kids. They be gone. They go to a different place. They go to a different state or something like that. They move away and they let the kid fend for themselves. That's a thing. That's something that is possible, that you have the free will to actually do, right? And we're not talking about the ramifications of things. We're going to look at this analytically. We're going to look at it objectively, right? As just information of what are these activities out here in the quantum field of possibility? What could happen? That's all it is. That's all that you do is that's what I started doing, is looking at information, just looking at it and just be like, oh, okay. And then later maybe thinking about it if I decided to grab onto it or not. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, y'all. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Monday, Monday, I'm launching the program, y'all, because I finally got done with it. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be done with it by the end of today. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I could launch it before it's finalized, but it's really no point. Let's start Monday. Let's start Monday. All right. So I'm gonna throw it out there, and yeah, I don't have too many expectations of people that are gonna grab onto it simply because they're just unaware. But as far as how it will change you, oh yeah, I got high expectations. If you go through it, it's going to completely transform you, 1000%. Because I am not the same person who I was 5 years ago, not at all. And so all of this stuff that I've gone through, I'm telling you, it'll completely transform you. And it'll transform you for the better because you'll know more about who you are, which is incredibly important before you transition, right? Before you leave this place. You need to figure out what you're doing here, who you are, right? Even if you don't find your job, your dream job, when you totally embrace and understand who you are, you walk around like a beam of power without even trying. That's just how it is. I've seen it. I've seen it, man. It's nothing to. I've just seen it. I've just seen it, and it's evident, and you get told that, and that's just how I go. And it's not for that. It's not for the external. It's for you to be able to express yourself honestly, to be able to walk in honest expression. I want you to have that enjoyment. I want you to have that enjoyment. I don't want you to be scared of who you are. I don't want you to be in a shell of who you are, because it doesn't feel good. I was that kid. I was that person at one point, scared of who I was. What's the point? Why? Why feel like that? Why feel timid around anything that you do, that you personally do, unless it's wrong? Unless it's wrong, then it's like, okay, well, I guess you should feel a little ashamed. But if it's not wrong, if it's literally just something that you do, video games, or I like to eat my cereal with forks, or what, like, it's whatever, something that I'm saying is like totally non judgmental of things. It's just something that you do that is you. It's like, because I like it, because I do it, because I like it. That's why I do it. And fully expressing that honestly within yourself in this field, and being okay with it, and not worrying about all that external stupid judgment. It doesn't matter. Again, I told y'all I started buying anime shoes, not because it was popular. It's because I was like, yo, I watched that show and now it's on a shoe. I'm going to get it. Just that simple. Just that simple. But it takes some time to really be okay with that, though. But then even it's just interesting, because in another time period, I know if I would have got them and I would have felt a certain type of way and I would have emanated that vibration, then I would have got talked about. I would have got ridiculed for wearing them. But because I embody it, I champion it, I am fully embraced in it, and it is me actualizing myself, honest expression. It changes and I walk with a field, with an aura. I really think it's advantageous for you. So that's why I'm developing this, and we'll see how I go. All right. I really don't. I know it's great. So I don't really have any expectations for it. You know, I feel like it's pretty awesome. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, I stopped the program and fell off, fell backwards. I had to get back up, find my steps again. No, you good. You good. Just wait till Monday. Wait till I relaunch it. Let's go through this. Let's go through this together. Cause I'm gonna go through it with y'all. I'm gonna go right through it with you. I'm gonna go right through it with you. So don't even trip. We gonna hop right back on that. Let's see. Trust to me is being authentic, honest, and not beating around the bush. Say what you feeling. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then it's like, well, why do you believe that, Brandon? Because that make you go deep. That make you go deep when you say this. You like, oh, okay, yeah. This is how I feel because this is what this is. And then somebody be like, well, why do you believe that? And it's like, yeah, let me think about that for a minute. Let me go deeper, man. How much deeper can I go? Right. That said, though, the different styles you have introduced allowed my third eye to vibrate. I swear it opened a portal. What the different styles of meditation, man? Man. I'm telling you, the most effective one for me was stillness. That was like I've never felt anything like that in my life, and I was just being still. I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Huh? What kind of feeling was that? It felt pretty powerful though. It did. It was very interesting. And I don't know, it felt like I transformed, like I straight morphed into a Power Ranger or something, dude. Like it's morphing time. And then I got the suit on. It was weird. I'm like just from sitting still for an extended period of time. I mean, I went through each of those meditations for a 3 month period just in themselves. But it's a program, so I couldn't do that. That'd be, I don't know if anybody's ready for that. You got to be ready for that. You got to be willing to accept that type of a mission. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll come up with that and it'll shoot. Cause that's going to be a couple year program. That's like a collegiate. I'm going to have y'all going through a college course, dude, a 4 year degree of that, of meditation. Cause you have to go through a whole summer. I'm saying a summer because I equate that to 90 days. You got to go through a whole 90-day trial period of really trying to figure that out. But yeah, faith is the substance of things hoped for and yet not seen. But when that vision of faith becomes visible and a reality, it allows to hold on to those experiences and then be used as a reference. All right. All right. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna bring it back to you, Michelle. Why do you believe that? Why do you believe that? It's just to, and it's not anything crazy. It's just to really fully, honestly ask yourself these questions. We just don't do it, y'all. We just don't do it. So it's like, now explain, why do you believe that? That's when you start to trip your own self out. Because you'd be like, wait, okay, why do I really believe that? Why do I really believe that? What is it that's making me believe that? Why am I choosing to believe that? Right? Not saying anything of it because it's just information for me. What I'm doing is I'm redirecting it to you to help you to look deeper within yourself so that you can actualize who you actually are, so that you fully know. Because now when you do say, okay, well, this is why I believe that, the next time you say it, it's gonna hit different. It does. I don't know why, it just does. I don't know why, but it does. Okay. um let's see. When I can trust myself, it is like karma, a vibration, and Watch the cards fall. Wait, when I can trust myself, it is like karma, a vibration, and watch the cards fall with. I'm tripping. My bad. I'm tripping, Brandon. Can't really. I'm trying to read it. I'm tripping. Um, let's see. Around me, you can see from untrustworthy humans. Let's see. Uh, give it at that discount price, 1,000. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely gonna be because I want y'all to. I really want people to, and it's funny because my the early morning money man, we was talking about price, and he said a price that I had heard that I already had it held in my head, and he verbalized it, and I was like, dang, that's interesting. I didn't speak on it though. I didn't say nothing to you, bro, but I was like, wow, that's exactly because I make it so that everybody can get into it. But then it's like, yeah, you got to have some form of accountability. But again, if you want it, you gon' get it. If you really want it, you're going to pay for it. It doesn't really matter what the price is, right? Too cheap, too expensive, it doesn't matter, dude. Do I want to give everybody the chance to be able to go through the program? 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm here to help the world find its purpose. And that's not about it's not about the monetary of things. And the people that decide to go through it and that can't go through it or try and come up with an excuse, that's just them going through their process. That is just them going through their own process of really trying to figure themselves out. That has nothing to do with me or the program. I know it's gonna change their life. I know that 1,000%. I ain't got to do nothing but set the price and forget it and be like, all right, here you go. Go do the practices, go do the stuff, and then let's come back and talk about it. Plain and simple, right? Um, but yeah, yeah. I'm I mean, I'm walking. Yeah, I'm walking with y'all. Y'all walking with me. We walking together, man. This is a journey, living a journey. It's a great name, living a journey. We live in a journey together, man. We live in a journey together. Um, yeah, yeah. But how far does trust go internally? Can you trust yourself and lie to the world at the same time? I don't think I don't think you can, man. I don't think you can because on a surface level, right? If you are lying to the world, if you lying to the world about what you believe in, how you stand, what's going on internally, it's gonna show up. You gonna have some type of illness. You're gonna get some type of ailment. Something. It's going to show up. It's gonna show up, and it's not gonna be pretty because when you do that type of damage to yourself on it, because that's like subconscious damage. You do that kind of subconscious damage to yourself, it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna really mess you up. And to be honest, I feel like I felt like that. I feel like I felt like that, and I got incredibly sick. And so it's like it's time to do the thing that I said I was set out here to do. Mindset matters, right? So no, don't. Trust goes super deep internally, and that's why, again, that's why in this program I ask you, why do you believe that? That's why I say that. It's because you gotta understand yourself a little bit deeper to be able to trust yourself to the fullest extent, so that you don't haphazardly accidentally, because sometimes I feel like people accidentally haphazardly lie. I don't think it's really fully on purpose. It's just the automatic subconscious program, the fear program that runs, and it causes you to react, right? We want to respond. We want to be able to respond to things. That's Jeet Kune Do. That's Bruce Lee, man. It's like you get to a point where he's like, the fist just do what it do. It ain't got nothing to do with me calculating and being, oh, he's gonna do this and this, not it. It's like, no, I'm living honestly. I have nothing to fear. I have nothing to worry about. I'm going out in full actualization. Honestly, that's the one of the most incredibly powerful things that we have. The power that we possess, y'all, is something that we have. To be able to do that, it's something that we need to really work on. So no, yeah, I mean, you can do it, but is it going to be beneficial for you? No, it's just like what you can eat, overeat, right? Let's just keep it real basic. You can overeat, but what? You'll probably end up throwing up at a certain point, right? Just because you can do it doesn't mean that it's going to be beneficial or it's going to have beneficial effects. Um, so yeah, I don't think you can trust yourself and lie at the same time. I think you end up planting a seed of non-trust within yourself, uh, as you are putting up this front or whatever the case may be. And people may not see it on the surface, but it's going to end up showing up somehow. Maybe that's how some people uh, get killed or die just for no reason. You don't know what's going on in their head. You have no idea what's going on inside of a person's mind. They can tell you everything. They can tell you a whole bunch of stuff. Everybody can say a whole bunch of stuff, but unless you don't really know what's going on in a person's mind, unless they say it, and that's, especially on my stories today, that's where it was like, because I felt a little bit, I was like, should I, I always gotta come on here and motivate, and I was like, no, dude, I'm mad because I don't feel rested, and I'm trying to figure that out. And that was literally just my thoughts, honestly, expressing myself on my stories on Instagram. And that's how I'm going to actualize. It's not going to be this, oh yeah, I'm always this, yeah, good, let's go. It's like, no, sometimes I'm like, dude, what is going on here, dude? And what? That's not okay. I always have to, like, I'm just living me. I'm living honestly through myself, trying to figure this out. But at the same time, yeah, I'm going to try and help people to feel the way I feel, because I've gotten way far beyond from what I was to where I am now. And that's to be celebrated, right? And that's to be celebrated by creating something that may help someone to do the exact same thing. Because I feel great. I do feel great that I've made it that far. But am I super satisfied that, where I am or what I'm doing right now? No, because I want to become the best. I want to see where's the ceiling, if there is one. Is there a ceiling? That's what I want to see. Is there a ceiling, or can I keep diving deep and getting better and better and better and seeing how far I can go? That's the process, right? Anything is possible. Mindset matters, y'all. All right. I have gone on for a while. I really appreciate you guys for coming on. So again, I'll remind y'all again, Thursday, launching the program next week, Monday, and we about to get it in. We about to get it all the way in, y'all. The Mindset Matters learning program is going to be active and ready. And then after that, I'm gonna really put some hyper focus into this. Then I'm also going to be creating a whole encompassing program of everything. Got a couple of meetings, maybe some people on here, some people that may watch this later on, um, that want to contribute to that, and that's awesome. So it's not just going to be my full on perspective. You'll get different perspectives as well, which I believe is important, because I do not know everything. Okay, I do not know everything. I do not know how everybody works. I'm in the process of analyzing and studying as many people as I can, but everybody, that it's a never ending story. Everybody's different. And so I would love to have the different perspectives of people that are on here, to be able to incorporate that, so that they can have so many different ways of looking at it. And let's help each other find ourselves, y'all, right? Helping the world find its purpose. One of the major purposes is to find yourself, who you are. All right. That's dead serious, 100%. Okay. You got to do it. You gotta do it. All right. So yeah, really appreciate you guys hanging on here. I'm sorry. I came on, what, 15 minutes late, but yeah. So there's 15 minutes of footage that you'll see on here. Um, I believe, I don't know. Maybe I'll download the video and then repost it. But there's 15 minutes of footage of me talking about some stuff that y'all didn't see. But hey, I guess everybody came on here when they came on here. And I appreciate you guys. Again, I appreciate you sharing your energy with me. You don't have to come on here at this time. And so for you to give of your time, right, which is the most valuable thing ever, I truly do appreciate you. I love you for that. I really appreciate you doing that. Okay, so thank you. You know, share it, like it, whatever you want to do. All right. Just do what you want to do when it comes to this particular content. All right. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of the day, guys. All right. Make it a great day. Um, Mindset matters more than anything else. Love you guys very, very much. Anytime.